So you can start writing the great American novel. So you can happily let life get in the way while planning for tomorrow. So you can finish the great American novel. Banking for the life you have, investing for the life you want. Chase so you can.
The security threats were topic number one when I sat down with Russian President Vladimir Putin in Sochi. The entire region locked down on high alert. These are Putin's games, and he's taking no chances. It is the largest security operation in Olympic history. But this morning, American officials are questioning whether Russia will be ready. President Putin promised me Sochi would be secure.
The job of the Olympics host is to ensure security of the participants in the Olympics and visitors. We will do whatever it takes.
The United States State Department has issued a travel advisory for all Americans heading to Sochi, and some of the athletes have even set up their own evacuation plans, own private security teams. Is that necessary?
If someone believes that they should devise their own personal security plans, there is nothing wrong with that. However, it must be done in contact with the Olympics organizers and with our security services.
Services bolstered with 80,000 troops surrounding Sochi with a ring of steel. But Putin insists this won't dampen the spirit of the games.
We would try and make sure that security measures don't jump at you, are not in your face, do not put pressure on the athletes and visitors or reporters.
Are you concerned that with all the security here, the terrorists might choose to strike in other parts of Russia?
We have adequate means available to us through the Federal Security Service, the Interior Ministry, armed forces units that will be involved in providing security on the water and in the air. If necessary, all those tools will be activated.
But will they be enough? On This Week, Homeland Security Committee Chairman Congressman Michael McCaul told me he is in Sochi today to see the preparations for himself.
All the briefings I've received from the intelligence community to the FBI and others indicate that there are serious concerns and that we need to do a lot to step up security. We have 15,000 Americans traveling to Sochi for the Olympics, and I want to do everything I can to make sure it's a safe Olympic.
You know, we saw that senator say he would not go to the games himself. When I asked the same question to Congressman McCaul, he kind of gulped and said that's why he wants to go to Sochi today. There is a lot of concern out there.
And so much is riding on these games for Putin. Clearly, this was a high-profile opportunity for him to control the message.
No question about it, Larry. You know, he doesn't give a lot of interviews. He hadn't given an American broadcast interview in about 4 years. But this is so important to him. He's been fighting for these games since 2007. He needs them to be safe. He needs them to be successful.
On his shoulders. All right, George, thank you. Great job.